Hi, class. So I just have a few announcements for you, and I just wanted to preview your weekly assignments with you. So, first of all, I want to say I am so happy because my first week went so well despite all of the issues with technology because I genuinely feel like I have really great students. I appreciate all the kind messages and just all the effort that you guys have already been putting into class. I just want you to know that I really appreciate it. And I'm also here if you ever need anything. I do just want to say that teachers are typically only available during school hours, which means that if you send them an email the night that something's due, like for example, your assignments are typically due Friday at 6 p.m. So if you send an email at 5:50, then don't expect a response until Monday because even though teachers may sometimes respond to you after school hours, we are not obligated to. So make sure that you're actually completing your work early and following the weekly work plan. So that way, if something happens to you the hour before something's due and you haven't started it, that you wouldn't have been able to reach me. So make sure that you are completing all of your assignments early and not waiting until the last minute. So I just wanted to say that to you, but there have not been many problems with that. I just wanted to let you guys know that so we don't run into that problem in the future. So I want to show you your weekly work plan for this week. The blue is just showing you that we do work in our class sessions, and if you're absent, then you have to email me so that I can give you an assignment that you can make up those points for. But if you attend the class sessions and you participate, then you are good. So you don't have to do anything with the blue. But if you miss class, you have to email me. Otherwise, you are losing points every day that you miss. So then for Monday, I tell you to do this reading contract. This will not take long at all. This is basically just a way for you to hold yourself accountable during reading. So independent reading, I don't put that um, on your Google Classroom because that is your responsibility. So this is the one thing in this class where you really have to hold yourself accountable and take some responsibility. And the reason why I don't assign the reading time to you, for example, some students may assign 20 minutes a night or an hour on Monday and Wednesday. I do not assign reading time for you because we all have different lives and different routines. So that's why you need to come up with something that is going to work for you. So I created this reading contract, and this will help you come up with a plan for when and how long you're going to read. Some people, it's hard for you to read longer than 15 minutes. For some people, it's hard for you to stop reading because you get really into it. So you'd rather read for like 2 hours a week, all in one setting. Some people need that time to be broken up. So I want you to reflect, use this assignment to reflect on how you read, how you like to read. And then you're putting this in this form so that you can hold yourself accountable. Basically, that just means that you're setting a goal and you're going to try to reach that goal. So I just asked you some simple questions, but then at the end it says, how will you hold yourself accountable? I want to give you some examples because that question can be hard to answer. So you can hold yourself accountable by reflecting at the end of the week for how you can do better with your reading, or you can ask someone to help you. You could say that you're going to ask your parent to remind you to read, or you can hold yourself accountable by asking a sibling to share that reading time with you. So if you have another person, that's a great way to keep yourself accountable. Another way is you could mark out in your book, like put sticky notes in your book for every 2 chapters or however many chapters. And that way you know you have to read one of those sections each day or each week. It's totally up to you, but just make sure that you know that when the 6 weeks is up, you should have either completely finished that book and start a new one, or even another 2 or 3, or you should have made significant progress in that book. That means that you're almost done with the book. And the reason why it's so flexible is because we all read at different paces and we all read different kinds of books. If you're reading manga, you should read multiple manga this grading period because it does not take that long to read. If you're reading a 400-page book, then you may not finish. And for either one, that's okay. We all read at different paces and we read different things. I want you to find something that you actually enjoy reading and read a lot of it. So that's why we are doing this. Make sure that you actually read the directions for this. I put the directions for everything you need in the assignment, and I hate getting questions emailed to me or comments on Google Classroom that can easily be answered in the directions. And if you do send me one of those questions, I'll just tell you to read the directions. So just make sure that you're doing that in the first place. Then Tuesday, you're completing a Brain Pop assignment. Just so you know, we're not going to do those every week. It's just that this lesson is particularly good for a review on parts of a narrative, which is why I've assigned it to you this week. And I want to show you how that works. You're going to log in using your Clever login. Remember, this is what Clever looks like. So however you log into Clever is how you're going to log in to Brain Pop. So if you go to Clever, you can probably find that in your assignments, but I have a link for you that takes you right to the assignment in Brain Pop. So as long as you log in using your Clever account, this is the page that you should see using the link that I give you. As you can see, there are 4 parts to this. This may look like a lot, but it shouldn't take you longer than an hour, so you can do this all on Tuesday, or you can break it up. I'm not sure if you can save your work and go back to it though. If someone does find out, then please let me know so I'll know for the future. This is just watching a film, and then these two say review next to them because they're ungraded, so just do the best you can. But you need to review because the plot worksheet will actually be graded. So make sure you know this one will actually be graded. So we're going to use the review and the movie to help us answer the questions on the worksheet. And then when you finish that, just make sure you turn in your work. So you should be turning in your work, not just completing it and then not doing anything in Google Classroom. So the way that that works is there should be something right here that says turn in, hit turn in. And that way I know that you're already done and I can go to Brain Pop and make sure that you have completed that. And then for Wednesday, I did not assign you any additional assignments. Instead, I just reminded you that make sure you're spending time reading your independent reading book. And the reason why I've done that is because, again, you should have your own routine. So if your routine is to read once a week, then you can use Wednesday for that. But if it's to read 20 minutes before bed or however long you decide, then you need to be doing that every day. So make sure you know how you're going to finish your book. How are you going to break it up? And that's what you use your contract for. So this is just a reminder to make sure that you're doing that. And then Thursday is your journal entry. I have an additional video for you to watch on Thursday that takes you through that. And Friday is no school, but make sure you turn in all your work by 6 p.m. That means I gave you an extra day to do your work. And it's a pretty light week, to be honest. Most weeks you'll have much more work to complete, but this is a light week because it's only a 4-day week and it's the first week that we're doing independent reading. So all the free time that you have, you need to make sure that you're holding yourself accountable, reading your book. And if you run into any problems, if you have any questions, I will always be here to help you. Just remember that you may not get a response in that night if you're emailing me at 8 p.m., but I will get back to you as soon as I can. All right, that's everything I need to go over for this week. Again, I just really appreciate your effort for the first week of school, and I look forward to seeing you guys in class. All right, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.